Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to do some world predictions for September 2025 regarding the United States only. We're going to mainly focus here in the US. Now I'm going to do things a little different in this reading. I am going to pull 6 cards and try not to use clarifiers if possible. Card 1 is going to represent national energy. Card 2 is going to cover politics. 3, economy. 4, public sentiment. 5, natural events. Card 6 will be advice and outcome. Okay. And let's go ahead and make sure they are in upright position before I lay them flat down here. We have the Tower for card 1. Hope you guys can see that okay. King of Swords in reverse. And 5 of Pentacles. Ooh, upright. He kind of wanted to go reverse, didn't he? But I can't let him do that. All right, we'll go for the next card. 8 of Cups. And then I need to pull 2 more. And we have the Moon in upright position. And the Judgment. Wow, we have some major arcanas coming out here. Let me scoot these back so you can see them. Let's start with card 1, the Tower. Remember, this is going to be covering national energy. So what I feel is sudden events, major political scandal coming out in September. Major political scandal here. Cybersecurity breach. I'm feeling that strongly. And I feel like it's happening possibly coming out of the East. I don't want to point fingers at China, Russia, but it feels the energy feels similar. Definitely could be a cyber breach there. And also I'm getting a natural disaster as well. So for September, the overall energy in this reading is about bringing in reality that will dismantle illusions, causing people to confront, even if they're head down, out the window, they are going to be confronted with truth hidden beneath the surface. So they're coming out of the top. When they hit the surface, rather, it's going to be a wake-up call. And for some people, it's going to be a rude awakening. For others, it's the reckoning. Okay? That's how I'm seeing that card. And then we'll go ahead and go over to the King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords. I always pick up military on this card for some reason, like higher authority, but it's always my military card here. But it is abuse of power, and I am feeling a leader or someone who works directly under a leader, like doing things recklessly, big time, and it's going to stir the pot of outrage. That's what I'm getting here. It still feels military to me. It could be immigration, actually. Yeah, look, I think this might have something to do with immigration. Also, another thing I'm feeling here is constitutional rights. And shocking policy change. Actually, I'm getting something with a policy change here. I also see a politician may face public disgrace and exposure. And you're probably saying, well, yeah, we know about Obama, but I don't think this is Obama, dude. I think this is someone else. I get a Caucasian male, possibly a Republican, maybe a rhino Republican, possibly, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so we've covered these 2 cards. Now let's go ahead and go over to the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles here. This would fall under economy. Not a card I was hoping. Actually, it's probably one of the worst cards, actually. All right, let's resume. Five of Pentacles. Worst card out of the deck under economy, unfortunately. This feels to be a financial downturn that may hit working class citizens the hardest, unfortunately. Cost of living, I see an increase. It already is happening where I live. I see sectors will be left behind, possibly. And this is heavily going to affect the housing market, healthcare, and agriculture, right? Agriculture falls under this as well. Your healthcare premiums will possibly go up, or even your copays. And that's not good. But that's what I'm feeling for September, guys, okay? Let's move on to the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups here. It's all about walking away, and I feel withdrawal here. I feel like people will emotionally withdraw from something, walking away from leadership. So this is going to fall under different categories, guys. Leadership positions, institutions that they once trusted, they will no more. They will absolutely not trust them anymore. And they are going to leave, walk away from it, unfortunately. The mask will fall off, and the ones who are still in disillusionment could bring in protest, apathy, and migration. There's going to be a lot of things surrounding immigration in September. Protest, I do believe, the way things are being done, the monopoly of it all. So many people being taken that it's going to cause problems with the economy. True story. You can hate me, you love me, but that's what I'm feeling here. Okay, let's move on. I could go on all day about that. So we have the moon in upright position, the moon. And this would fall under natural events, which, you know, I find a little concerning for September because hurricane season peak is September into October. The moon has a lot to do with the tides of the ocean, the undercurrents of the water flow. And what I feel here is not just natural elements of a storm, but rather confusion, hidden threats, and storms, of course, floods causing environmental instability, sinkholes near the shorelines, hurricanes, and coastal erosion damage for the states. Florida comes to mind. We have the East Coast. And then we have, even though California doesn't see hurricanes, they see other things. Typhoon type energy, or even earthquakes that could bring in water. So this is concerning for the month of September, but I feel that Florida is going to get hit with a hurricane in the month of September, and I'm getting a Cat 3, and I could be so wrong on that, but I am feeling possibly a Cat 3 here. So hopefully I'm wrong. The last card, we have Judgment, and I was going to maybe pull one more, but I was like, you know what? I said 6 cards, and then we have Judgment that comes out at the end, and I think this is a good place to stop in the reading. So the outcome per se, I feel like it's not a good outcome, but it is a very good outcome, if that makes sense, because there's a common denominator here. Going through the hardship to get to safe ground per se, whether it's subconsciously or in reality. But people will be forced to evaluate their choices and rise to the occasion, is what I'm seeing here. People are going to have to just accept things for what they are. There's no hiding, putting your head under a sandbasket. You're going to have to face what's coming head on, because it's going to affect all of us. Like, some people are going to be in that disillusion, and they're going to have it the hardest. So if you're already awake and you've taken those rose-tinted glasses off, okay, this is how it is. And it'll be an easy transition for you. All right, guys. If you're new to my channel, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, cut on the notification bell, and I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.